Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Musingwhileboozing. Hey Mike, what did we hit on today?
Today we hit on weed, the edibles and other options available, the fight of Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, and our last review of an analysis of What the Health.
Yeah, fucking great. And Tom's of a lot of great beer reviews and a few other topics as well. Everybody, today's podcast, because we actually have some fucking sponsors today. Today's podcast was brought to you by Jamie Kennedy. For those of you in the Winnipeg area, I want you to know that Jamie Kennedy, a multi-talented comedian, actor, writer, producer, he is going to be coming to Winnipeg and playing at Rumors Comedy Club, which I got to tell you is the best place in the city to see comedy.
Oh, it should be fun.
It's going to be fun. He's going to be there November 2nd to 4th, obviously 2017. He's got Thursday night show, Friday night show, Saturday night show. Mike and I are going to be at the show, so you guys got to be there. Gonna be fucking great. Yeah. The guy was in the movie Scream and Scream 2. He's also been on a bunch of podcasts, some stand-up comedians. The guy is incredible. He's gonna bust a gut. So I gotta encourage everybody to come out and see Jamie Kennedy November 2nd to 4th at Rumors Comedy Club here in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Don't worry. This year, global warming won't be cold at all.
That's right. Another thing is, we are thrilled to have our first official sponsor here. Today's podcast is also being brought to you by Popular Cove Podcast. Our job here is also introduce you to many of you. They're probably new to the world of podcasting, to what else is out there. It's not just a bunch of guys pounding some beers.
It's close, but I mean...
There are some other things out there, and if you would like to hear something different, then I encourage you to check out Popular Cove. It's a Lovecraftian podcast, farce comedy, audio drama about an island community in the Pacific Northwest where it is constantly raining. The Fish and Wildlife Department have their own diner, and where elder and outer gods have a tendency of eating the residents. I don't know about you, Mike, but I think this sounds fucking crazy.
I'm all about that kind of shit.
Yeah, Lovecraftian. It's all about Cthulhu,
vampires,
right?
Werewolves. Oh.
These guys write a script every week. They like long walks on the beach. They say they're dog people. They like to take pictures of the elder gods when they're sleeping so they can post them on Instagram. So they're cute when they're sleeping and they're not eating them. Actually, what we have here is we have a little promo cut intro we'd like to play for you. So everybody buckle up and listen to your first official commercial on Musingwhileboozing for the Popular Cove podcast. Tell us what you think.
Welcome to Poplar Cove, everyone. This town follows its own set of rules.
Who are the Great Old Ones? Is that a rock band or something?
You don't know of the Great Old Ones? Powerful deities from space? With physical appearances that no human being could comprehend? Unless, of course, you drink enough coffee.
Summon him with caution, as mere men who have spoken with this beast have gone mad. Well, that's silly.
She talked about elder gods and how they have tentacles. If an elder god were to try and eat me, I should try to punch it in the nose and... No, wait, maybe that was sharks.
Fine. If you're not going to play nice...
This reminds me of my favorite soap opera.
Oh, Hobart, darling, I'm so glad that you're awake.
Oh my, she looks delicious. I would like to smother her in barbecue sauce and... Nope, that's not right. What's going on in my head?
Are you dizzy, seeing double, hallucinating, delirious? Are you seeing characters from some foreign language floating up from the carpet? Are they forming words that you're suddenly privy to? Do you hear chanting of some kind when you're alone? Are they telling you how to summon the beast?
I'm fine.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, I got nothing else. That's fucking weird. But you know what?
But I like it.
No one else has ever said that weird isn't bad. Yeah. So I, for one, encourage you to take a listen, download an episode, and check them out. Make sure that you take a peek. And,
it's worth a peek.
Yeah, there is so many podcasts out there. And I got to tell you that the girl over at Popular Cove is doing great work. I can't imagine what it's like to write a script every week. She has 4 or 5 people doing the voices every week. So these people get together and do a goddamn play every week. So a lot of work, a lot of effort. And if you're into something like Cthulhu, something like Lovecraft, then please go ahead, take a peek. Download them and check them out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and everywhere else which you download your podcast. And hopefully you'll be like me and get in the habit of downloading some every day. Other than that, folks, enjoy our second episode.
Yes, indeed.
Have a blast. I know we did. We're pumped, we're jacked, and we'll be here for you every week. So enjoy the second episode of Musingwhileboozing.
Musing while boozing, because the best thinking happens while drinking. Hot topics over cold drinks.
Okay, level check.
Level 1.
Hey, what do you know? Episode 2, 100% more content. Cheers. Excellent. Welcome to Musing while boozing.
Yes, and so we begin.
Again. So, how's been your week?
It's been awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. A lot of drinking. A lot of good weather.
Yeah. So, what's on your mind? What's been going on?
Well, I don't know.
The last time I saw you would have basically been at the fight. What were your thoughts of the fight?
I thought actually the fight was Connor. I thought he did well.
Yeah.
I thought he still thought it was a UFC fight, but
Well, I think he did better than anybody expected. Fight of the century, I'm not sure.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Fight of the century.
But honestly, my biggest thought afterwards, where he got an event that generated basically, let's just call it like $500 million, because I think after the pay-per-view views, he was going to get 300 million. Connor was going to get 100 million. And then there's got to be at least that much being paid out to the venue, the UFC, the fucking people who put on the event, everything, right?
For sure.
So shit, probably closer to $1 billion. And I know you're not a huge sports fan. I am, but you watch the sports, for instance, like when you watch the Jets, you're trying to cheer for the Jets on the off chance maybe they win the Stanley Cup, right?
Yeah.
And that's because Stanley Cup matters. Now we had this fight that generated almost $1 billion. And what was it for? It was basically an exhibition game. Because if Connor won, it wasn't for a championship belt. It wasn't for... It really was anything. It literally was...
It was a show.
The epitome of just to generate money.
Yes.
It was just the entertainment industry saying, look what I can do. Now, was it entertaining? Yeah, sure. You know what it reminded me of?
Was it worth $100 though?
Well, I'm glad I didn't pay. Thank you, Harp.
I did pay though. The boy went and rented it while I was away.
Yes, you did.
So I paid both ways.
You did pay.
I lost my money there, and I paid.
Yes. So outside of that, but I mean, you're going to pay. It truly was an entertainment spectacle by every definition.
It was it was better than I expected because it was a boxing match, which honestly, that sport really died. Years ago. And they haven't recovered, and they probably won't for a while.
What it reminded me of, though, is maybe our culture is getting to this point, but it reminded me of all those 80s movies we saw about the future going to be in the year 2000, where
Michael J. Fox?
No, with Schwarzenegger and
Total Recall?
The Running Man.
The Running Man.
Right? A TV show when society has broken down just to keep the masses, or go back 3,000 years, just like the Roman Colosseum.
Yes, the gladiators.
It literally was like they put an event out just to get eyeballs to watch, aimed at the lowest common denominator, and did nothing else except generate money for the people involved.
Yeah. Not even for the people involved, for the rich people.
Yeah,
involved.
but who was that?
The general public was they don't really give a shit what
you and I couldn't buy a piece of that action to get involved and help promote it. So the promoters, the boxers, whoever, the casinos. On top of that, casinos dodged a bullet and made a couple $1 million.
Just a side note, by the way, I do have some swords in my basement, which I have used, and I think that I would be a fair contender in that arena.
In the Colosseum. Yeah. Not so much in the boxing match. The guys that do that for a professional living. No, I'll give Conor McGregor full props. The guy represented himself well. I read an article actually this morning on ESPN about if he would have had another couple months of conditioning, he had worked his way up to about 10 rounds. He could have made it to 12 rounds, then got stronger in each round. Because up until the last two, winning or losing, I don't know, but it was really close. And then the last couple of rounds, he gassed and it was over.
He was gassed.
Yeah, he also said the ref should have let him keep going because that's what he does when he gets started.
You know what? Again, it's not a UFC fight; it's a boxing match, and the rules are unfortunately different. And whether they're arguably, more of a man's sport versus, it's just a different type of sport. That's all.
Well, and the refs,
they're both man's sport. Like, if you've ever done any kind of boxing, I did a few classes.
I remember that. I've never done. The only thing I ever did was fucking judo with you. I've never done.
Christ, yeah.
I've never gotten in the ring with these 6-inch pythons.
Yeah,
to try and throw.
I did
shots at anybody.
Shout out to Len of the boxing community. He.
Len at boxing.
Yeah, he's a good guy. You know what? Actually, I think he's well known around the city.
Oh, probably.
He's also a union rep, that kind of thing. But boxing was a passion for him, and he saw me one day, and I was taking the boy there, and he's like, "Oh, you're a good featherweight. You got a good physique for a featherweight, eh?"
Yeah.
Which was funny because back then I think I did, but. I had the strength. I had the gut. I could take a few punches.
Yeah.
A little bit of fat around, but I couldn't get the footwork down. Because
there's a lot to it. You always got to move. And your tendency when you're like us watching is you stand there and start swinging, right? And that's actually the number one thing you can do to lose is stop moving your feet.
Yep.
Yeah. The stationary target's always easier to hit.
Movement's everything there. You got to move. You're not just throwing your arm. You're throwing your body weight.
Yeah, your hand's the last thing. It starts with your hips, your back. You go from your big muscles to your small muscles. I was listening to a podcast.
Well, it sounds easy too, right?
Yeah.
You see it and they make it look easy, but it's not easy.
No.
And not only that, it's tiring.
They call it the sweet science. Yeah, no, it's such a world outside of what I could ever do. I enjoy, just like all the sports. I think I live vicariously by watching sports and interest in sports because really I know that there's not a lot of physical prowess in this body of mine. Crohn's did a number on me, and then the rest of it was lack of motivation. And I can't imagine the conditioning and work those guys go through. But now that's what he said. He said if he would have given another couple months, he would have been able to stand up for 12 rounds. And then does he have a chance at a decision? Possibly. But the point is he was fighting a guy that's 40 years old, and it wasn't for a belt.
New respect for a guy that's 40, and the look on him. Did you see him?
I've never
barely sweating. He's done 12 rounds. No,
well, his fight, Mayweather's fight's always in 12 rounds. That was his first technical knockout, I think, in I don't know how many. I think it was like 2008 or 13, possibly. Been a few years.
I'd have to give honestly the age, the fact that he's been.
Mayweather's a beast.
I
don't like him personally. I respect what he does,
but he loves the sport.
Oh yeah, he
not just.
He is a boxer, passionate. True and true. He is all about.
Who else could fight at that age? The way he did, with barely any issue.
You biked here. You almost fucking died.
First bike ride in like 3 years.
Can't do 12 rounds against a professional. I couldn't do 2 rounds.
You should have heard my bike. It was just a squealing.
I actually forked out some money this year and had my bike redone completely by a place on Portage Avenue there.
What bike? A pedal bike?
No.
Like me?
No, yeah, my pedal bike. Yeah, I had it done. I've been on it a couple times.
What the hell do you need a pedal bike? You got a scooter.
Yeah, actually back in the shop. You'll see it's not out there. Finally, spent the whole summer sitting here. I got it delivered a couple days ago. It's actually back at Scooter Dock. He's rebuilding the car right now. So...
this bike of mine, I had this when I was in, it's a Norco Freestyle. Got it from an insurance claim. Somebody stole it back in the Portage Prairie days. And that was...
I just closed off my insurance claim.
25 years ago.
No,
my bike is probably still better than most bikes out there.
Oh, probably.
It's a piece of shit.
Mine wasn't bad. I'd been sitting around there for a few years. I used to use it a lot. And then with the whole... divorce, and then Rylan. Basically with Rylan, I didn't use it much. I used to, when he was a baby, I used to pull him around that carriage all the time. That red.
You had one of those carriages?
Yeah, I had one, and Shelley has
You were one of those parents? You
oh, yeah?
son of a bitch. I hope you stayed to the trails.
I was a single dad. We had to go somewhere, right? No, I took the fucking road. So I'd take him out and about, and I biked actually from here to Dave's old place over on Court. So about 7 kilometers there, 7 kilometers back. More than that, 10. He was at Route 90 in Corden. Went there and back, and I could do that. That was a 45-minute ride there, 45-minute ride back. He would put him to sleep when he was a baby. So I actually did a lot. But then once he got older and once I met Winnie and stuff and got busy, no, I didn't touch that bike for 3 years. And this year, in my commitment to this summer, trying to get myself in better shape. I can't even say in good shape, but in better shape.
Ah, yes, you crazy bastard.
Yeah, going to the gym. I was going to say eating right, but just stopped eating and only really drinking beer at this point. But doing a lot better that way. I got weighed in today at Remicade, and my weight has been either staying the same or decreasing now for every 7 weeks, about 4 or 5 sessions. So
Remicade, you should say what's that? Health Sciences Center?
No, I go to a clinic down in the south end of Pembina. Hey, we just got a message from Eli Johansson. Shout out to Eli, who will be a very soon future guest on this show. We'll be honored to have him join us here at Musingwhileboozing.
Yes.
He's helping us doing some promotions, and I mean, talk about a guy who's interesting. Can't wait to have him on the show. And that guy has.
He is definitely one of the most interesting friends.
In the words of my my sister-in-law, he's doing life.
Yes.
He is doing life. So
you know what I want to say here is we're right now every episode we're going to try doing a different beer. We're going to give you some hints, tips.
That's right.
Today we're drinking Grolsch. Grolsch.
I actually thought Grolsch was a type of beer. I didn't know that it was a beer itself.
Well, the initial taste is pretty skunky.
Yeah, but I say it tastes like Heineken.
It's pretty smooth.
Or no, you know what it tastes like? Stella.
Yeah, it's definitely, green bottle. What are these? It's quite a nice bottle.
Do you like Stella?
Not really.
Me either. To me, it always tastes that
and that's a high-end beer.
Slightly skunky.
So they say.
Skunky beer.
Unfortunately, I know a lot about beer. I've been brewing for 20-some years.
Yeah.
Sometimes I make a few good ones, but I know a lot about beer, and I know that you really shouldn't use green bottles.
No,
especially when you're transporting across Canada and world. Brown is the only way to go.
You'd think they'd make black bottles. Again.
The Scottish did.
Yeah. A million.
But I only see those in very rare, and typically it's a darker ale.
Right.
But... these bottles are cool and everything, but you don't want to leave them out in the light.
No, a lot of functional novelty, so to speak, on the bottle with the Grolsch bottles, the cool little pop-up lid, and the sealer and what have you. But I'm really not too.
The good thing is with me brewing beer, I can actually throw some beer in here from my kegerator and bring it over here in these bottles.
Yeah.
Within, a few hours, and you'd be able to taste what's off my tap.
Excellent. Well, can't wait.
I should save these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they're all yours.
But the beer itself, if I was at like 1 out of 7.
I was going to say out of 10.
Out of 10.
6?
Yeah, I would give it a 6, just because it's kind of, the bottle's cool.
The longer the aftertaste is in my tongue, though, the lower the rating is.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of...
I found the initial taste kind of shitty.
Well, to me, it's not getting any better.
Oh. and look at how big they are.
Yeah.
I don't know how much is in this thing, but it's definitely more than your
Canada.
average.
It can't be... No, it can't. It's just got to be a funky shape or whatever.
Are you telling me I'm visually impaired?
It's got to be 350.
Are you saying I'm visually impaired?
450. Okay,
yeah, exactly. I knew it.
Slightly.
It's a sip bigger than your usual beer.
Yeah,
but the bottle looks huge. Now, it's probably not really meant for a guy like me, like the hands on this. It's meant for like a real worker.
Right.
Blue collar,
Green collar.
Now, I don't know who the hell would be in that category would be drinking these things, but...
I think we're blue collar.
Oh, I am. For sure.
I don't know.
You know what? I just found out I'm getting a decrease in my raise. A raise? Oh, a decrease in my salary that I never got a raise in.
You are? Seriously?
Yeah.
They're doing rollbacks?
For the first time. I'm a government employee, and I'm going to be rolled back.
I haven't seen anything on rollbacks. Are you serious?
And
like you're sure? Like you're not just drunk? Like,
well, let's just say this is a news breaking. Nobody really knows about it, but it's happening, and it's going to happen in 2 months.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So I haven't got a raise for 4 years, and I'm going to get a reduction of 3%, which is about a paycheck.
Yeah.
Cocksuckers.
Well, I gotta say that the best part of the fight wasn't the fight. It was hanging out at Harp's.
Harp. Okay, let's talk about Harp. Let's you know what? Let's get into let's get into one of the extracurricular activities that we did there.
Yeah. So what Mike is alluding to is that we were given the opportunity to partake in what I'm going to call semi-legal up here in Canada, but getting pretty close. Harp, very much like Joey Coco Diaz, was into the edibles.
Yes,
so Mike and I got to dip into some edibles. We had some gummy. I took a bite out of a cookie. And that's a really interesting situation here because it's he purchased them legally.
Legal.
With a medicinal marijuana card. So I asked him, where was this place? I won't say it out loud on the podcast where it is, because honestly, I went there today. It was fairly close to where I get my my Remicade infusion for Crohn's disease. So I stopped in there 15 minutes before my appointment. Get to the main floor of a 2-level mall. There's a tiny little paper sign on one door in the middle of the mall, and you go upstairs. So I go upstairs. You go upstairs.
Whoa, where is this again? Where?
South Pembina. Very, very South Pembina. Close to Perimeter.
By the log cabin McDonald's?
Yeah, just sort of across the street north of that. Who am I kidding? Right. Yeah, it's where the joint is in not the
Perimeter. All right.
Yeah. So South Perimeter, by log cabin McDonald's, a little bit farther across the street from my old condo. So
your old condo.
So I go in there, go upstairs. Funny thing, first thing I do is I don't know what these Koreans were doing, but there was some Asian telemarketing sweatshop happening where guys walked in. Mike, there was a whiteboard up there with guys' names, days of the week, and numbers. Obviously targets. These guys were pimping or selling something. And they were one stoner white guy walks in there, just sort of sets up his laptop, picks up a headset, and starts calling people. I don't know what they were doing. I actually wanted to walk in there. It seemed a lot more interesting where I was going.
This is your old place is by the river there, eh? So you have a bank in the back there. I guess if they don't listen, things happen.
No. Other side of the street though. Yeah, this was on the other side. This is on the west side. So we went in there, I went in there. And I found the location of the establishment. It had a handwritten sign on a door. I opened it up. And so imagine a room that's like 10 wide by 30 feet deep. And all there was a divider, office, cubicle, walls, with a sign that says, only people with a medical card pass this point. And you could just walk around it and go in. And I could see over the top, and I could see little baggies. And they had product for sale, obviously. So I walk in there, the guy looks around the corner, tattoos everywhere, huge gapping piercings in his ears, nose ring, tattoos over his eyes, says, oh, come on.
He's got the ear stretchers?
Oh, yeah. Fuck, they're called. I'm that cool. Whatever, I don't even pretend to be that cool anymore. Anyways, he walked in, and he says, come on in. Invites, I don't have a card. So I turn the corner, and I'm like, he's just going to fucking... And on his table there, so now you're in a room that had, 3 shitty office chairs, just metal office chairs.
Is this in a cubicle, or is this...
No, the cubicle was just a wall that, took over 2/3 of the room. You walk around the corner, and his buddy's sitting there. This guy walked me up to his buddy. He looks up. Again, tattoos, ripped shirt. He's sitting there at his desk. There are 5 or 6 of it looks like glass coffee containers full of weed, bud, everywhere. And then pinned up on the wall.
Now you got the indica, sativa. You got the categories.
And then he had
hyper, the non-hyper.
He had a whole bunch of products just with tax up on the inside of that cubicle wall that was up. And I want to say, well, I just like to buy something, but he's like, so how can I help you? And I played it straight. I said, listen, I'm interested because of my Crohn's disease. I was referred to by a friend, but I said, how does this work? But honestly, how do I? And he goes, well, have you seen your doctor? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen my doctor yet. But because it was described to me that they did like some sort of Skype doctor session there. So I was playing that angle. But he sort of shut that down. He's like, well, it'd be a lot easier if you saw your doctor first and brought in at least a referral letter. And more about that later. So I was like, okay, that's good to know. He's bringing a referral letter, and then we can process an application, and then you can come back. I'm like, okay. So, and then a guy came in behind me, and he's sitting there with fistfuls of 20s. You know this is a cash-only operation.
Yeah.
So, cash-only, run by two guys. Mike, I swear, when I was walking over there...
Before you go any further, I just want to say, they actually have, with the Apple Pay system, an actual added little...
I'm surprised the fucker didn't take Bitcoin.
Like, come on, man. You got a credit card swiper that he can take on.
I don't think that any of this money is being tracked.
Shit. You know what? You don't have to... The problem is, you know what they don't like? You got to pay a percentage of your fee to them. Well, that's the cost of doing credit cards.
No,
and it's over 2%. I
don't think I've described to you how sketchy this place was. Like, when I was walking out, I expected to see the SWAT team bust in past me and take these guys down.
Oh, man.
That was the most weed I'd seen in my life.
Jesus, oh, man, I can't tell you what some of the sketchy places I've been at. But I'm telling you, right now, that sounds like you're in there.
Yeah, so then I left there, and I thought, okay, well, say I wanted to play this out. So I did two things. One, I applied to the Canadian Medical Marijuana Association based out of BC and filled out their pre-application online. And sent them an email, an application form that says, what do you have, Crohn's disease, how long you had it, blah, blah, blah. What are you interested in? And they wrote me back, though, and said the Manitoba College of Physicians and Surgeons has instituted that they will not allow people to be seen, i.e. Skyped.
Yes.
Which, again, I wonder how Harp got his fucking card.
Privacy, okay.
Yeah, no, with Skype, you have to see a surgeon or a doctor in Winnipeg. Now, there is some. I Googled, there's a bunch. But anyway, so I just called my doctor.
Yeah.
So what shout out to a Dr. Frechette at Marion Medical Clinic.
Was he willing to listen to you, or was it one of the usual?
No. This guy. So I only got his receptionist, but I called his receptionist and I said, hey, I don't want to waste your time, but obviously I'm a long-term patient with Dr. Frechette. It's on record. I've had Crohn's for 21 years. I have no interest in opiates. I don't want to take drugs.
Now, here's the thing. My boy, I just want to segue that he had the same conversation, and yet he said he had that same thing. I don't want opiates. I'm like, you know what? I want opiates. Why can't you get me opiates?
I could get you opiates tomorrow. I think there's actually 2 bottles over there.
Jesus Christ, give me an opiate.
They gave me something. Actually, go over that corner, Kev. No, here,
I'm not quite sure what the categories of opiates are. Demerol.
Well, yeah, it's everything that's like opiate based. So that's Demerol. Oxy. T3 has codeine.
T3? That's a fucking joke.
No, but just the codeine portion of it, right?
Like T3, basically, if weed when weed becomes legal, get rid of the T3s for the love of God. Yeah. You know what? There's nothing good about them. They give you a gut ache.
Oh, I can't shit.
The gut ache to extreme. They constipate you. They barely get rid of your headaches and your pains. Like, Jesus.
So, I was dying there with my back before I started going to physio, and my God, the physio and then the gym certainly helped. But the doctor's like, well, here, this will take your pain away, and it's cyclobenzaprine.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. It says
take.
Sounds like some
one
good
tablet
stuff.
Twice a day for 2 weeks.
Yeah, one tablet.
Yeah, dude, I used 2. And I mean, when it comes to pharmaceuticals, I have a pretty high tolerance.
We'll rock you.
That's right. Yeah, no, I took them, and it was the first pill that I'd taken a long time where if I took just 1 or 2, I feel it in my head. And honestly, what happened is that I had started physio the next day. I took 2, went to bed, got up, was really stiff, saw physio, felt a little better that night, saw physio again 2 days later, saw physio again a week later, he gave me some stretches, I actually fucking did them, and now I use them, so I should probably flush this shit, but we have...
Don't flush shit.
We'll discuss that later.
You know, you and the wife, Jesus Christ, you guys, the medication doesn't... I know it says expires.
No, I have a house full of kids though, man.
Okay, so I'll take that off your hands. I'll properly dispose of it.
Yeah, you properly at least store them at your place because
the wife and I can't let the wife find it because she's an expiry date and it's gone.
No, I don't.
In fact, she's one of the people like you return shit to the pharmacy. Who does that, man?
No, dude, no. I I had Demerol for 6 years after.
Are you saying that you return shit to the pharmacy?
No, never. No, I took it all.
Thank God.
That's why I'm saying I don't want to take it anymore. Like, I honestly, and I'm genuine about that, I don't want to take any more recreational opiates because
You've had enough?
Well, there was a 4 or 5 year span.
I don't know my name.
That a little bit.
Well, you've had to take a lot, right?
Well, a ton.
Like, but that being said, yeah, she needed it. Like, you're not just like me, just fucking popping pills.
No, well, but for the first 5 years, I feel like I was, because it went from trying to stop the pain to taking it because you're scared you're going to get pain.
Oh, yes.
So that's what you're telling yourself, but in reality, you're taking it because you want to take it.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? That's a complex that affects so many people. And I hate to say it, unfortunately, nurses, and I don't want to typecast them all, but like it's scary because I see it with nurses all the time.
Yeah.
And I got this pain, and we had this one kid that Cade was growing up, and his mom was a nurse, and he always had to take pills. And I'm like, why? Why are you taking these things? Well, I might get nervous. I might get anxious. I might. And so
it means there's you're not taking the drug for the symptoms. Now you're just taking a drug for the sake of taking the drug.
It might happen.
Yeah.
I got to take some aspirin because I might get a headache.
I used to date a girl that Eli knows very well. Won't name names, but she used to take Tylenol.
I know this girl. Yes, I know this girl. Yes.
She used to take Tylenol.
Yeah, I do remember
just
that.
in case she got a headache.
I'm like, you should.
It's not fucking preventative.
No. Although they do have FX medicine now, but back then there was no preventative.
No, that's just it, right?
Like she probably should have bought a box from Costco because I bet you she went through. You know what? The Heart Foundation probably would like to study her because she's probably got a good clean blood.
That's another reason why I was legitimately interested, and because I tough it out. It's been 21 years since I was diagnosed with Crohn's.
Which is beyond the life expectancy of what they said you would be.
Oh, no, not life expectancy. I'm not fucking die.
Well, they said you told me 30 was the max.
That's good. I was feeling really sorry for myself. But think of it. 21 years, I'm 42. Half my life. I honestly can't remember what it's like
to not have.
To feel what I would guess is normal. In terms of, I'm talking about here, and I'm waving up like my stomach and my guts or whatever. I can't remember what it would be like to not always be sort of clenching, always be... Because at any given time, I could just walk into the bathroom and push really hard and shit. Because you're always like on that, best way, the whiskey shits the next day?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's like 24 hours a day. But I've had it for so long, it's just normal. So I can't say it bothers me. Because it's just, I don't remember. I was 21 when I fucking got it.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, I was living.
Remember fucking Hootie? You thought I thought.
Yeah. So
it wasn't you. It was me.
Mike's Hootie. Hootie was when I for the little bit of history for people that don't know us personally, known Mike since we were 4 years old, and lived with Mike for upwards of. Mike's gone to take a piss. Lived with Mike from 1994 until I'm gonna say 2000. Nancy and I moved out 2001. So someone tell me the math. That's like 7 years. Yeah. So I lived with Mike for 7 years, and unfortunately for Mike, a year and a half into living with him, and let's be honest, I was getting symptoms already. Basically, the entire time I lived with Mike, that was when I was first getting diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and that wasn't fun for anybody, me or I gotta guess it's gotta be you. I mean, shit, I was so self-absorbed at the time, obviously, because I was in the middle of trying to not fucking die, and the day I called you and I thought I was gonna fucking die, when I had that stroke on the operating table, but
oh, you were fucking high too. You were so high. I don't even know how you got a sentence out.
Yeah, like what was? I guess. I mean, you're 20. You're basically. I assume you're like me, so there's no big deep meaning to this. You're in your 20s. You're a guy. But you lived with me when I was fucking half dying. What was that like? Besides the fact that you pretty much had to do fucking everything. I remember I couldn't even walk across the fucking parking lot. The wind would blow me. I'd blow backwards. I I have all these memories back then, but remember...
Memories.
Yeah,
you have all these memories. Yes.
Because you got to remember, I was fucking high for 5 of those years.
Oh, fuck, you were high, yeah.
And this is where the only time in my life where I'll try to trust your memory better than mine, because from like 1996 through the Brazil time in 98, back to getting back...
Pincho. No, what is it? Pincho?
Chincho from
Tincho.
Argentina.
Yes, I love you, Tincho.
So about 2000,
come back to us, Tincho.
So 2001, 96, 2001. I've learned by going back and talking to other people other things, I don't trust my memories because I was on 8 to 10 Demerol pills a day.
Oh, shit, yeah. I do remember that time. That was the first time I tried Demerol.
Yeah, well, I put it on your fucking pizza.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I was, all of a sudden, I'm like, whoa.
They made that shit illegal because it was so fucking addictive.
It was some good shit, and I'll tell you this.
Yeah, you can't get anywhere.
What?
No, Demerol's gone. They
won't give it to
now
you?
they make Oxy, which is worse, but no, they've you cannot get Demerol
Oh,
anymore.
I liked, you know what, I
liked it because it wasn't hard on your system, which meant you could take it fucking, I'll call it recreationally, because that was the one I started taking in case I was going to bed and I didn't want to lie to the cramps.
That was a common thing.
So even before the cramps came, I took enough Demerol to have what, can be called an assisted sleep. So, and so I was taking 200 milligrams of Demerol every night. And then I fucking wake up with the Demerol hangover. Best to get rid of it. More Demerol.
You know, the worst of it is, though, is that... quiet down there. You didn't... it was intent. Like, you had good intentions, but the drug takes you, eh?
Yeah.
You know what I have to say? When I tried that Demerol, holy shit. It was great. There was no pain. I could do anything.
Oh yeah, it's totally just if I can opiates numb you, but there was no.
But back then it was different. Like I know I've taken it, when I'm older.
Yeah, I know.
It's a different feeling.
No,
but back then it was invincible.
New. Yeah, it was new.
Like I could have punched through a brick wall and it wouldn't even affected me. I was like a superhero.
I never had a come to Jesus moment or anything.
Like a little fucking Scrappy, Mikey Scrappy,
No, there was one time though it happened. I was in the hospital. It was after my first or second surgery. I honestly couldn't tell you. And the nurse came in, and she was talking to me, and I was on the phone, and I was talking to my mom. And so I was yapping away, and the nurse is in there cleaning my room. She kept looking at me. And this is the one that made me stop. And when I got out of this hospital trip, this is when I sort of, put down the pills a little bit.
So you're all fucked up on Demerol, right?
Well, yeah, I was. And I was talking to my mom. And then the nurse comes up to me and she says, Karl. And I was in the middle. I remember 2 separate memories. Being in the middle of a conversation. And then she grabs my phone. And it was, it was at hospital. It was 1990, so it was like actual physical phone.
Yes.
It wasn't a cell phone.
Yeah, the old...
And then she pulls it away from my ear.
The old black phone.
Yeah. She pulls the phone away from my ear. And I look at her, and then I look at the phone. And it's going, And then I realized I never dialed my parents' number. And this wasn't a minute or 2.
Oh, yeah, you're fucking crazy.
Oh, fuck, I was crazy. I was talking to my mom for 10 minutes.
And there's nobody there.
But there was nobody there. And then she put the phone away, and it hit me. And it was just like that, your hair stands up. And I was just like, holy shit, I'm high. And I just no, and I stopped hitting the fucking button. Remember the button when I was in the hospital? You hit the fucking button and it shoots you with more fucking drugs. Fuck
yeah. I remember actually when you were first in there, you're like, you're trying to bargain with me. Get the nurse to double her up. I have hit this thing. Where the fuck is she?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. Remember Todd came to visit me in the hospital the one time. 2 people came the same day. Jamie and Michelle came to visit me, and those poor people came and stood outside my door when I was in the middle of getting some. I guess it was a fucking packing in that abscess that big hole in my fucking ass. And I guess I was just screaming. I didn't know they were there. I mean, they showed up for a visit randomly, and they're in the hallway, and I'm screaming. And then there's, you got visitors, let them in, and I'm coming. You fucking heard of that shit? And I'm like, I don't think Jamie said a word to me since, quite honestly. And then after that, Todd came, and with Todd was the needles. I had to bury my head.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I had to bury my arm underneath. Todd and I still share the same dentist down on Pembina. Still the same, shout out to Fort Richmond Dental Center. On Pembina.
What the hell? You gave up on Portage the Prairie guy?
He retired a long time ago.
Yes, he did.
No. I go to Fort Richmond Dental Center and I see Dr. McLennan. She's awesome. I've been seeing her since the late 90s. She does work on Todd because she's so good. She just uses the numbing gel. She gives Todd no needles. For fillings, nothing.
I fucking hate needles.
I had a needle. I had a needle for 3 hours today. I'll take out this goddamn bandage.
Every time I give blood, I'm like, I don't like you.
No.
I don't want to look.
They won't take my blood. They won't because of the fucking Crohn's.
Yeah.
My medication.
Well, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, but from someone who has a needle every 7 weeks and has given blood more times than anybody for testing.
It's unfortunate. There's too many. There seems to be a lot more safety protocols on that need to be.
Well, they were saying they're short 57. I just read the other day when they were driving 57,000 donations between now and long weekend, and I'm like, seriously, you couldn't take my blood? If someone's gonna die,
they'll take it.
No, they won't. They won't even fucking touch me.
You know what? When society's desperate, they will take it.
If I went there
right now, they're not desperate.
Well, yeah, someday. But that's what I'm saying. If somebody is bleeding out on the gurney and they need type of shit, I honestly don't even know what my blood type is because I can't donate. But I used to know. I think it's O negative. And if they need O negative blood and my blood's hanging there, and you can't get Crohn's from blood. Problem is they haven't proven that you can.
No, so it's not acceptable.
So then they won't take it. But so would you guys rather bleed out or have a 1 in a million chance and walk away and live?
Well, that's the person's choice, right?
Yeah, but I think if I'm lying on the gurney, you, me, anybody,
we'll try it out.
Caden's lying on the gurney.
Yeah, we'll try it out.
And they're like, we have no blood, or we have blood, and he has a 1 and probably a million's too low.
They can't admit that though.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean. That's
because they don't want to get sued from the one guy who might get Crohn's. But I always thought that was fucking bullshit. Why can't you take the fucking...
So all these times you had all these blood tests and you have no idea what your blood type is?
I actually had it done. Fuck, man, it's worse than that. I went to a Christmas drive in Regina in the mall when I was working out there for People's. And they had and we'll test your blood for free, and they did their thing. And you know what? I put it in my work phone at the time, but I had to give that phone back. But because
Are you a common? Do you know even if you're in the common category or the uncommon?
I think I have the blood that anybody can use, which is I think is O, right?
I couldn't tell you.
You know what?
I can't tell you either because all these tests. And I didn't realize. I'm like, can I actually give blood to my wife, my kid, can I? I don't know.
I don't know.
And then you start looking into the organs and the owner, the donor card, and you start to realize that even if everybody said, I'm going to donate my shit when I die, my organs, the chances of it succeeding or being available at the right time, the right mix, the right blood type, the right organ thing for the right person, it's not a high percentage. It's actually a very low percentage.
That's why they need so much already. They gotta have everything for everybody. That's why they need everybody to fucking donate.
Yes. And the problem is, you look at the province here, Manitoba, like now they switched to that online form. Yeah. And nobody, I know they advertised, they did what they could, but nobody has,
keep talking.
Honestly,
Carl's going for a piss.
Nobody, how many people have signed up for that? Compared to the...
talking about? What online form?
Compared, what? You don't know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Jesus Christ. And this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, let's get it out there to the people.
Your paper form, your license on the back. Yes, on the back that you sign that paper doesn't mean jack anymore. You have to go online to say you're going to be an organ donor.
My paper is so old, Mike, there's nothing about online on there.
Thank God Karl's gone because his beer is now my beer.
No! Grab another one. Walking to the bar after this.
So before I continue on, I've actually switched over. I want to go back to this beer because I like beer.
Yeah.
I've switched to the local brewery Half Pints Little Scrapper IPA. Mm-hmm. This is one of my faves.
Yeah, me too. I like all the Half Pints beers.
This son of a bitch. It's a 6.0 alcohol. It's got a 50 IBU.
Now it's apple juice.
Damn,
now
it's good.
Beer.
It's
beer.
Standard Cascade hops, but it's got quite a punch and flavor. It's not your normal beer.
No,
it's
Little Scrapper has just the right amount of hops. I think it's great.
Yeah, I've tasted a lot of hoppy beer. They got a good balance here. You can't drink a shitload though. You know, 6 max.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
I'll always drink a shitload of beer.
You know, it starts getting a little hairy on your tongue at the end, right? But damn, it's a good flavor. But like I said, they use the average Cascade hops, and I do like the Cascade, but I'd like to see Cascade's used everywhere. In all the beers that say they're hoppy, it's Cascade, the most common generic flavor profile. AU, IBU, that kind of range is usually acceptable.
Yeah.
But it's a good beer. If I was to rate this thing out of 10, I'd give it an 8. It's one of my more favorite.
Definitely better than the Grolsch.
Yeah. I'm not going to drink this all night, but I do like this flavor.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm a fan. I think that Winnipeg has finally started producing some awesome microbreweries.
But I hope they stay microbrewery. I don't want them to go like
Fort Garry sold out to Labatt's or something.
Fort Garry's garbage now.
Yeah.
The other one that I used to really, really enjoy was Sam Adams from the States.
Well, but okay, you got to use the term Sam Adams and microbrewery loosely because they got big quick.
Oh, they sure did.
Yeah.
But I remember I was in there the days of the early, and I tell you, when I first tasted that beer, so this beer type is the particular one, Boston Lager. I don't like any of the other ones. Spring Ale. They have a whole bunch. They do a few monthly specialty batches for Halloween, an October thing.
I like their seasonal ones.
Some of the seasonal ones, they're different, but I haven't really liked any of them. And Boston Lager used to be my favorite. It had this what they use, a spice called coriander, and it gives it kind of it's like an orange peel that's been grated into your beer. Just one grate. Citrusy, but it doesn't impart a flavor on it. It just it gives it a smell and an aroma.
Shit, that's not nice.
Okay.
Oh, we got an interruption here. I'll go back to the beer.
Oh, she's gone.
But so when they had that beer back in the days when they first started brewing, when they were a microbrewery,
right?
They were an amazing beer. I still remember being in Vegas and they had plastic bottles back then, plastic beer bottles.
Very
and
cool.
Even in a plastic bottle, it tasted good.
1 second. We got a call. We got a live call here on the podcast.
What's happening?
Hello.
Hello?
Just so you know, everything you say is live on the podcast here on Musing Whileboozing.
Yes, I am from Russia.
Good thing you can't see my face.
Yeah, no, we can't see. It's a video call. So we just got a call here from Wendy Warner Kopp, the co-owner of our establishment here at Casa de Kopp, and also my beautiful wife. How are things in Toronto? Fantastic. So for our surprisingly growing audience out there, Wendy is a vision therapist, and Mike and I have decided we will have her on the show soon to impart her knowledge on vision therapy. But you're currently in Toronto. What are you doing?
We are learning how to and executing some videos for our website.
Very cool. So, media and marketing sounds very awesome. And
media.
And the house is falling apart. When are you coming home?
Goodbye, Wendy.
Was that my cat that I heard in the background?
No, that was Mike.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. You'll have to see our little setup here that we got. So yeah, you're being piped in live right through directly into the digital controller. It's pretty cool.
Wow, you guys are so smart.
Yeah, we are geeks. What can you say?
That's another word for it.
Oh no, what's this cat doing? Oh! Oi! Jesus! Kitty! Get the hell out of here, you 20-year-old!
Knock over the microphone.
How old is that cat? 20? 25?
Yeah, it's,
I knew it was my cat!
We just
Be
had
nice to my cat!
We just had a special guest here, Tucker the cat, who joined us briefly to knock over the equipment. And
Thank God it wasn't a beer.
To continue on his merry way, head back to his office. I think he's running his own podcast down there. We'll do a shout to that one next episode.
Yeah, he's very wise.
Yes, very wise, very wise. So, have any profound knowledge you want to hit us with?
Yeah, before we hang
continue
on with our show.
Oh wow.
What was the highlight of your day today, Miss Warnicott?
Yeah, give us something to talk about. We'll segue into it.
What's that?
One-stop take.
My one-stop what? Oh, my one take. Yeah, I spent a lot of time writing a script.
Sexy talk,
yeah.
but,
which I was unable to perform.
I just wanted to finish off
and then
that.
When we filmed it, I did it one take perfectly. Executed it.
So you executed your video in one take. That's awesome. We are also doing one take here live on Musing While Boozing. So that's great. Although yours I'm sure is a lot.
Your takes are a little different.
Yeah. I'm sure yours.
Karl, your take on life is a little different.
That's just the way life is around here.
Yes. Awesome. And so what time are you home on Friday?
Oh, pardon me?
What time do you land on Friday? 8:30?
8:30. I land at 8:30.
Okay.
The party starts about 9:30, or?
Rylan and I will be there to pick you up.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Well, can't wait to see you.
Okay.
Well, you are our very official first guest as a call-in guest to our podcast. So thank you very much. And
I hope we have your permission to broadcast.
Yes, you'll need to sign some waivers when you come home.
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to send me a certificate?
Yes. It'll all be taken care of.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. We know it works.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So just to complete because I got to get this Little Scrapper IPA.
Back to the beer.
Pints. Back to the beer. Definitely one of my favorites. It's a unique beer. If you really like beer, as in you're not the lawnmower beer kind of guy,
right?
Looking for something quite a bit different. This is the stuff. Half Pints is at the point now in their life where they got to make some decisions. They might not want. They will be next to go into from microbrewery to mass producer. So I
know they've always said they're going to keep it small. I mean, I hope they do.
They do,
of course. Profits are profits, right?
Profit.
Yeah, corporate world. So yeah, shout out to St. James Brewing and Half Pints.
Yes, they are awesome beers.
One of the official drinks for this evening's.
They got quite a few good ones. This is definitely one of my favorites.
So, back to the edibles.
Oh, yeah. So let's get back to that. So I tried asking Harp. I said, what the hell is in this jelly that you're giving us? Oh. So he divided at 8 people?
I don't know, and I learned today, so I know what he bought because I saw it there at the store. I was in the same place. Now, I am not a weed god. I don't know how many milligrams of THC are in a joint.
Nobody knows that.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
But when the edibles, it helps me measure it out. So it's a maximum of, they'll write your prescription for a maximum of 5 milligrams a day.
Which seems
sorry
to
for
be
those of you tuned in, and this is going to be a whole episode on fucking weed. But 5 milligrams a day is what was in there. And he said that 1 cube would cost him 5 milligrams. He was shaving it out. So
5 milligrams
of pure THC. Now, I have no idea from the joints I've smoked in terms of what the conversion rate is from joints and milligrams.
Nobody does.
No, that's just it. I think it would depend on your batch. It would depend on all sorts of stuff.
There's lots of factors, right? But the thing is, what I'm figuring out is, I think it was more.
Yeah,
because
I don't know.
I had the size of a gummy bear there, and I was feeling pretty good.
Oh my god! It hit me like it hit me great. It was a really interesting high. I'll be honest. It was.
Oh, it was awesome.
And I read because of how it's processed in your liver, it isn't the same as when you inhale, and it's a different chemical compound that your brain reacts to. So it actually is a completely different type of high than smoking. Because I don't know how much of it is psychosomatic and how much is physical, but I've never gotten that high off smoking weed. But that was, I don't know, great.
No, it was a body high, right?
Yeah, it was
shit.
technically a body.
But here's the best part. What I liked about that jelly is it didn't taste like weed.
No,
it didn't have any kind of bad texture. It was like eating a gummy bear.
Yeah, it was. And
I mean, like eating a gummy bear. There's no difference in flavor. There's no. It didn't make your gut feel like shit.
Did we leave the dog outside?
I just put him out there.
Oh, okay. I heard about it. Okay,
so
totally oblivious.
The problem is that nobody knows what milligrams equates to in percentage of THC, and then you get into the cannabinoids, and you got the what is it, the CNB and the non-high, but it gives you a body high, which gives you a different feel, right?
It was really interesting. So long and short is I made a decision to try and chase this out. So my doctor's office opens at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. My receptionist answered. Oh, I didn't even got this far. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize, but the beer kicking in. The receptionist for my doctor said that yes, he will, for long-term patients, discuss it and write your prescription if necessary. So, my expectation is,
yes,
unless we do this again tomorrow or something, but whenever it happens, for the next episode, I will have supplies.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I can't wait to try that out.
We are gonna take it to a whole new level.
Okay, so
he says that she says that he will write the prescription that'll give me the documentation necessary to process the medical marijuana application form, so I can get the card, so I can go to this very, very shady, sketchy. I got to take you with me the next time. You got to come with me, Mike. It is absolutely. You walk in there and it's like a drug dealer opened up in an empty strip mall.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a measurement that I just found online.
Yeah, go ahead.
For cooking or baking home, it's safe to assume that a gram of cannabis,
a gram,
contains 100 milligrams of THC.
Really? Oh, okay. So how much are you pumping into a joint?
Well, they're talking at 10% THC, which is half of what's on the street.
When you bake, that goes into like a whole fucking bunch of groundies, right? So.
Well, here's the thing.
Like when you roll a joint, it's an eighth, right?
No.
Quarter? More? Less?
You can get a shitload of joints out of an eighth.
Well, that's what I thought. Okay, so
it's about a gram.
No. I'm saying no. So if you make a joint, if you're saying a gram is 200, and an eighth, so 200 divided by
an eighth of an ounce. So that an ounce is 28 grams.
Shit. Yeah. No.
So the average street value is 21% THC is the best that you can probably hope for out there, right?
So how many grams are an ounce?
And you're going to get even with a shitty weed nowadays, you're going to get a 15%.
Yeah, no, so how many grams are an ounce?
So it says here, a starting dosage for beginners is 5 milligrams per serving.
Yeah, well, that's what the doctor will prescribe you. As I told you, 5 milligrams per serving. I just don't know the relation of 5 milligrams to joints.
Well, it depends on various factors, whether you
because I can tell you right now,
whether you're tired, whether you've had the appropriate diet, whether you've.
I'm the same, and I can tell you right now that the edible hit me in both. I've had edibles probably 5 times now. They hit me a lot harder than smoking anything ever does.
Of course, that's called the body stone.
Yeah. So,
but here's the thing: you got to. So what is it? It's 1.5 marijuana divided into 60 cookie recipe. Oh, these see what I mean? These numbers don't mean shit because I don't know what's going on. I've had a few beer, and I don't want to do the math right now, but I will. You know what? I'll get back to you on confirmation.
Tune in next week for the exciting
in the next
conclusion.
episode.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll confirm a few things.
I feel like we'll be talking about weed in every episode.
Well, I got excited there, right? I got good beer. I got
we're
weed.
musing while boozing, but it might be toking while joking. It's you might have to alternate titles,
yes.
But we're not going to change.
You know, we're fairly excited in Canada here because. Finally, in BC, it's always been not legal, but it's always been available here. But finally, it's going to be legal. I can go out, I can pick my shit.
Yeah.
And not only that, I want to pick a hyper weed today, so I'm gonna. And then
Acapulco Gold.
Or I want to pick a couch sitter. I want to watch a movie, and
I want to fuck myself sideways.
I want to fuck myself sideways. So. I'm fairly excited about this, and I'm actually now that I'm older, because I don't need to get the cheap shit to get high. I don't have time to get high very much, but when I do, I like to do it in style.
Well, I mean, because we had all this stuff growing up about, weed is a gateway drug.
No, it was all bullshit.
Fuck, it's a gateway to pizza. Like,
you know what? Everything's a gateway to something.
But, like, honestly,
you know what it comes down to is a choice.
No, it's not addictive.
It's the realization that you need a choice. That's right. When you're young, you don't realize you have a choice, but when you're older, you have a choice.
My perspective, and of course I'm a little warped because, of my condition, but if it is a non-addictive substance that can help numb the pain, and it has way less side effects and is way less addictive than,
yes.
I mean, I have I have a friend whose brother fucked his life. I don't name on the podcast, but he fucked his life because of opiate addiction. That guy was popping OxyContin when he was working at a garage. And, like, I think he went south to the tune of 50, 60 grand.
It's easy, man.
He was all over the payday loans. He probably owed his wife fucking money.
Weed is nothing compared to anything else out there, including alcohol.
Like,
alcohol can fuck you.
You throw back to the movie Half Baked. People will fucking do anything for crack.
Throw back to the movie.
Yeah,
Cuban B.
Yeah, well, no one ever fucking sucks dick for weed. And if she does,
she's
happy to be here.
Yeah, just back to let's throw you back to that scene. It was Bob Saget.
Yeah, but when Bob Saget said that there was a valid point.
Yeah. Nobody sucks dick for
that
weed.
People will fucking kill their fucking kids for fucking crack or what have you.
Whatever.
Heroin. But if it's weed,
nobody gives a shit.
No
You're
one
a fucking joke. You're a
fucking
joke in the smoking community. You're a joke in the non-smoking.
And potheads stay potheads.
Yeah.
And
to this day, it's still a fucking joke.
Yeah, and you're talking to someone like myself. Like, if I get this prescription, I mean, I can hook you up, but I don't fucking smoke. I never have. No, I can't say never have. I have, but it's not something that I am supportive of. Purely because of the physical detriment to your body of the act of smoking, not because of fucking weed or cigarettes or anything.
Which is why the medicinal, the edible side is going to explode. Right.
But for someone like myself...
By the way, how do we get in on that?
I will fucking eat 5 pounds of that shit.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, fine. You can, and I feel like you should have the right to eat it and feel happy.
But not
just like drinking. No, but I'm saying, like, if it's booze, that, so Canada, God bless you, I'm pretty sure we're going to be there soon. The other thing Canada has to get in their fucking ass together and legalize, at least here in Winnipeg, is Uber. I see Uber got a new CEO.
It ain't coming to this province, I'll tell you.
No. You see, you live in your fucking bunker. You don't
Pallister.
Watch.
I've seen this.
Pallister changed the laws.
Well, of course he did.
Mike,
but it's
next
not
summer.
coming. It's
next
not coming.
summer. Summer 2018.
You know what? I will bet you $20.
Well, I've already filled the application.
Happen.
I already filled the application to be a driver.
What day?
I have the Uber driver app on my phone right now.
If you want to estimate the year,
next year, 2018.
Yeah,
by August 31st.
Okay, so I'm
what?
Give me a pen. Give me a pen.
You know what?
Give me a pen.
You don't even have to. It's going to be recorded for posteriori in the podcast.
August.
I'll put it in the description. 31st.
2018.
Yeah, 1 year from today. 31st.
Uber.
Legal. Or operating Winnipeg, or what do you want to call it? Like, they can't.
$20.
Yeah, $20. Put it down. Yeah, put it down.
What do I say here?
Well, you know what I'm saying? It's just I'm yes, you're no.
Fail.
Yeah, Karl, yes, you're no. And we'll put it in the description of the episode tonight. So it's really good because for those of you listening, unbeknownst to Mike, but because of all the expenses we paid for 1 year of podcasting and 1 year of web hosting, that we have committed to 52 episodes of this bullshit. 52 weeks will take us to exactly the 1 year. So when we celebrate our 1 year anniversary,
see how it goes.
Also, if we have over 1,000 subscribers at that point, we'll continue on for another year because that seems like a perfect number that I pulled out of my ass. So Uber. Because I signed up to be a driver.
Okay, I just found a quick cheat form.
Yeah, for what?
1 gram of cannabis equals 1,000 milligrams.
Okay.
10% of 1,000 milligrams is 100 milligrams.
So can you make 10 joints out of a gram?
That means the average marijuana 1 gram joint contains 100 milligrams of THC. So that's one part.
So I think the doctor's only giving you like 20% of what you can maximally get from a joint. I don't understand because I don't know.
It's a different effect because I'll tell you right now, when you smoke it,
you must lose a bunch. It can't be effective.
The efficiency is less effective.
Yeah.
But it's going through your airway, so it takes your lungs. The lungs process it. When you eat it, your stomach processes it.
And it goes through your liver.
And it's quicker.
And your liver provides honestly, I listened to, I got to get you on the Joe Rogan podcast. Listen to it. It's the one that really turned us on to this bullshit here, that and Bert Kreischer. He talked about how it processes in your liver and the chemical compound that your liver creates that creates the high.
Yeah.
And it's totally different than what it is like you talked about when you smoked it.
I'll give you another example. If you want to get drunk and you shove a syringe of fucking vodka up your ass, your anus and
a lot of my shit's been torn out.
Is more efficient than your stomach.
Yeah, well, I'd probably shit most of it because a lot of that shit for me has been taken out. So
yes,
I would just turn around. And
you might be fucked over.
I'd be dumping vodka.
But for me, if
you could come and drink my toilet,
if I jammed a fucking Mickey up my ass, I might be
plunging everything up your ass.
I'd be fucked.
There was a time in the 90s
plunging,
putting everything in their fucking ass.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
What was that called? Remember when you were allowed to make fun of gay people? Wow, you're not really allowed, but
not even gay people, just even
gerbils. Yes.
Yeah, dribbling.
Yeah.
Fuck. Everybody's all about the ass. I don't know.
Well, it's always been a dirty subject.
And dirty.
And now she's all right. Just stick it up there. Fuck.
You hear the words. Wrong hole. Wrong hole. Yeah.
You stupid fuck. You don't want to hear that.
Holy shit. We've been talking for an hour and it's all been about weed. Good thing we made this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
3 hour
well,
podcast.
You know what? This week, this ain't going to be resolved in one session.
Nothing. This is why you got to tune in every week, folks. This is why we do what we do. We are here for your amusement and your education. And we are not backing away from any of the hot topics. Which reminds me, please subscribe to us while you're on here.
Commercial.
And no, it makes us do a commercial. I'll just fucking talk. Make sure you guys hit us up on iTunes. Please leave a review. Please hit subscribe button. We're also found on Stitcher. We're found on Google. The links will all be found in the description underneath this posting up on Podbean. Shout out to Podbean for hosting our wonderful podcast. We so far so good. 2 weeks in, very reasonable price, amazing service, very easy website to use, and all our what do you call it? All our giving out our RSS feeds to every listing service, i.e. iTunes. Everything went smoothly. So I have to highly recommend Podbean because they are the ones who host all our files. We have unlimited space. We're paying about $3 a month. And please share with your friends. If you enjoy hanging out with us, we'd love to hear from you. And in the comments, please leave any questions, anything you'd like us to talk about, any questions you'd like to know more about myself, about my wonderful co-host here, Mike, about our history, about where we've been, where we're going.
Where's our Grolsch?
I think we drank it all.
What?
Yeah.
How many? I only see 2.
I think I only brought 2.
Did I put them in the fridge downstairs, or?
No, I went downstairs to get beer. Everything you put is up there. There's only one shelf on the right-hand side. It's by the milk. I think I only brought 2 of those ones.
No, I brought 4.
Well, go check downstairs.
Did I? Where's my backpack that I packed everything in while I biked over here? Because I'm being responsible. I'm not driving.
Yes. So the hardest part of running this podcast is making sure that the guy who visits makes it home safe and sound. So Mikey did the responsible thing here and rode his BC Clutch over.
BC Clutch.
Did you throw some in the freezer? I think you said that out loud. But if not, Mike, check downstairs.
Holy shit. How can I be drunk?
Well, because we had 2 other beers.
Well, I've had some beers. You know what it is?
There's some more in the fridge.
You know what it is? I didn't drink, or I didn't eat.
No, neither have I. I haven't eaten since I had some Ritz crackers at Remicade today. I've mentioned Remicade a couple times. For those of you that don't know, Remicade is a biological, in the same vein as chemotherapy, but obviously incredibly different. That does help me with my Crohn's disease. Turns off my autoimmune system. Is what's called a T blocker. And it allows my body to not beat up on itself, which in 5 seconds or less is a description of what Crohn's disease is. So that was today. There are some side effects to having this infusion, which is a powder they mix up into a IV, and they start an IV. I have to sit there for about 3.5 hours while I'm medically monitored. And they take vitals, they watch me, they slowly increase the dosage, and it takes about 3.5 hours to get the entire 4 vials into my system. And if you haven't figured out, what happens after that is then I start talking at 100,000 miles an hour, and I'm going to have a bitch of a time sleeping tonight. But after 24 hours, a lot of the Crohn's symptoms, outside of which would probably for the regular person would still be considered awful diarrhea and cramps. But outside of that, I feel pretty good.
I can't wait to actually bring my wife. She's got a few stories that are about drug. And you know, I hate to say it, it's the same scenario as you, right? Like she's had some unfortunate incidents.
Yeah.
Which have exposed her to a variety of high dosage drugs. And
Carrie's been as high as me.
Yeah. I can't wait to bring her on. Well, we'll bring her on a future
well, I think we got an episode with both wives.
Yeah, we'll talk about
maybe
them later
episode 3 or 4. We will have the ladies on the podcast. See if
now, they don't know that we're going to talk about their stories of drug use, but it's going to be great because I've seen some. You know, I wish I could. I guess I have to paint a picture of what's happened during this period because it's pretty. You know, you start to see these things and it's wow.
Yeah.
I got it pretty good.
You're pretty drunk. I don't know where you're going with this, but
I know. I'm starting to get drunk.
Just keep going down that rabbit hole, man.
So I want to. Now we're at that. We're probably we're at a point now. I want to get serious.
Oh yeah, an hour and 5 minutes in. Let's throw this bullshit aside. Let's we got this new fandangled equipment here. Let's use it. What do we? Hit me with your knowledge.
I want to go back to our previous episode.
Oh, episode 1, the other episode.
Yes, the other episode. Where we had talked about a movie called What the Health.
Yeah, so again, shout out to any new listeners we have. What the Health can be found on Netflix. It's directed and produced by a gentleman by the name of Kip something or other. And in 20 words or less, Mike, what is that episode about? What is the documentary about?
The documentary is about the bastardization of basically the production of meat, dairy, eggs, anything.
And what's he saying you should eat?
He's saying you should eat what they call a plant-based diet, which means, it's kind of a weird tree-hugging concept.
Yeah.
Although it does have some. It's kind of like, you know what I like to compare this to is for the geeks out there, Star Trek.
Yeah.
The good movie.
Michael, look at Star Trek.
I can.
Shout out to all our listeners there. We're going to talk about Star Trek. I suppose you hit episode 1. It's going to be on a lot of episodes.
I'd like to tell you, Star Trek was an ideal world. There was no disease. There was no racism.
No money.
No money.
No money.
Oh, I really like that. There was no money. They did things for the good of society.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the same thing. These guys are saying that the mass production of meats and chicken and eggs and all that stuff, it's introduced a lot of bad things into our diet.
Yeah.
So I thought, holy geez, this is a pretty scary movie. It says a lot of things about what I shouldn't be doing, what I've always known to be good, and now they're saying they're bad. Eating eggs and bacon.
Yeah,
and,
I had eggs this morning, by the way.
Delicious.
Yeah. Delicious. Delicious.
I'd like to try an ostrich egg. But,
oh my god! Sign me up.
Give me some quail. I seen some pretty good quail recipes, but he's basically saying that you need to be a vegetarian.
Yeah.
With a few supplements.
Yeah, only plant-based diet.
Yes.
Everything cut
no
in.
Chicken,
everybody,
no beef, no eggs, no dairy, no cheese, no yogurt.
Nothing that comes from an animal.
So you're talking grains?
Yeah, grains and plants.
Whole wheat,
if it
flours.
doesn't grow out of the ground, don't eat it.
They take it a step further, though. They say that because even if it's growing in the ground, unless you're growing it yourself, you don't know if it's contaminated.
Yeah, well, bullshit.
Well,
nobody has a garden that big. I mean,
no. Well, you know what? I do. So there's a few facts that you know what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would like for me and you to evaluate whether this movie is full of shit or not. So we're going to do a little count.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some...
the shit count.
We're going to do the shit count.
Yeah. I like it.
We're going to take a few of the main facts here that they brought up and we're going to rate them in just one for one.
One
who
to
wins, who loses. We're going to do Kip, win,
and we win.
And yes, we.
Because it sounds like we're both on the
win.
same side of the equation.
So I hate to say this, I like meat, and I love hot wings. I can't give that up, man.
Because every time this conversation comes up, I think
creating the chart.
It's so funny. And Mike's making a chart, and he drew a line in the middle, and that's very symbolic. But I think that's where we got to be. Do I personally eat enough vegetables by any definition that would lead to a healthier lifestyle? Unfortunately, no. I'm thinking of doing a better job of cutting out like sugars and things that are bad, but am I supplementing and adding in more things that are good? No. This morning, ate some eggs with some spinach and stuff in them. I'm trying to make sure I add things. But honestly, I know I can eat more vegetables. Now, I think what you got to do is balance. So Mike's come up with 7 points here.
I've come up with 7 factors. Yeah. 6 of them based on significant points made by the movie.
Well, I've done no research on these 6 points.
One of them based on our opinion.
Okay, so what's your first?
7.
What's the first thing on the chart here?
We're going to do the calculation here. Yeah. So the first thing I want to bring up is they talk about eggs being as bad as smoking cigarettes. In the movie, right?
Now, all I have is the science, not science. All I have is I forget the word, but it's
all we have is our experience.
Yeah, correlation.
What do you have?
I have
beyond that.
When I eat healthier is when I eat more eggs. I know my weight drops. I had my cholesterol tested; it's very low. My cholesterol is actually incredibly low, but actually it's unhealthily low. Apparently, when I went to get my health insurance, the guy came and took my blood here. But I think that's mainly because I think I shit out a lot of the stuff that I'm supposed to keep. But a great source of protein. And my belief is that you need a moderate amount of eggs in your diet because it's such to me they're like little energy nuggets. They're in the shell, and what's in there is just it's like anything else.
You realize you're talking about a baby fetus.
Yeah, sign me up.
And it's full of nutrients.
Yes, nutrients.
Something that's required for younger, not typically older, but younger.
No. Eggs are
You're
pretty.
Not drinking any youth serum here, man.
No, not trying to get young. I believe that these eggs really, really help me out. So, according to the Mikey chart of death here, I throw my vote purely on
Hold on, I haven't given the arguments yet. Well, Jesus Christ, you can't throw your vote yet. Your opinion is later.
Yes, okay. What do you got there?
What I got here is I've done quite a bit of research on this.
Yes,
and
6 minutes before.
I would like to point out that according to the FDA, which is a separate division compared to
Still
Canada Health, but roughly along the same lines, they say cholesterol is not a concern, which suggests that eggs are not a concern. We'll get to some other arguments about these statements later on, but that's basically what they're saying. So the movie says eggs are bad.
Well,
we know from our experience that we've eaten eggs a lot.
Yeah,
and I don't mean a lot as in like
we don't. But the thing is, we don't OD on eggs, and I think you have a key point there, Mike, is that the other piece is the personal responsibility. If it's genetics, your previous diet, the fact that you suck down 80 Big Macs a week, if you have high cholesterol, don't eat eggs.
My grandma is 93 years old.
So is Baba.
We got amazing lines.
Yes. We're not dying. You guys get this podcast for the next 40 years. Buckle up, bitches.
They ate a lot of things. And you know what? They grew their eggs.
And they
ate eggs every day for years, decades.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they said that eggs weren't healthy, they ate eggs and oatmeal. So it depends what you do, because I'm sure the oatmeal had a negative effect on any kind of bad bullshit that the eggs had, and vice versa. So, you know what it comes down... It's a different argument, but it comes down to, unfortunately,
you can't say one diet fits all.
Well, and to your point, we're going to cover 7 more things, but I think it's the same thing. I think it's one diet. I think certain items have a higher percentage of likelihood of affecting the general population, but there is always going to be someone who's going to be resistant or immune or not affected or whatever the word is by anything. Just every fucking disease. You know, the Spanish flu came out and killed 80 million people, but not everybody, because some people were just naturally immune. I mean, people are going to have. Now, you can play the odds. So let's go. Your next one is what? What do you have down on your list here?
So hold on.
Okay.
So before we go on,
yeah,
what do you think? Did the movie?
The movie did nothing to change my view on eggs. Because
so you say we win on eggs.
Yeah. Well, I don't eat 15 eggs a day. I eat probably, honestly.
We're not talking about 15 eggs. We're talking 1 egg a day.
And honestly, I mean, eat an egg a day. I feel like I'm eating more eggs. And Mike, I've eaten eggs twice in the last week. But to me, that's good.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Myself...
Like in the last... Okay, right now, last 7 days, how many eggs have you had? Any?
I only have 1 egg a week.
Yeah.
No, I should say 1. I have 2 eggs.
Yeah. Okay. You're right, because I do eat 2 eggs at a time.
Yep.
So I've had 4 eggs in the last week, because I've made my wraps twice.
At most, Eric.
Yeah, okay, so... And I have incredibly low cholesterol. Like, dangerously low.
So here's the other thing that I read on the FDA is that the cholesterol is actually an ingredient that is not a concern in that regard to nutrients. So,
well, and if you look at the Wikipedia page about this thing, he gets thrown into the bus a lot.
Yeah, basically the eggs, what I think from what I've seen, and I mean, there's so much information each way. Who knows what to believe? So it all comes down to really personal opinion, experience. So what I believe from what I've read is that Kip was wrong about the eggs. Yeah. They're not as bad as 5 cigarettes. No. You're full of shit.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you
2 votes to pro eggs.
Pro eggs. 0 Kip.
Okay. Next, what do you have on next?
So the next thing, he says milk. Drinking meat.
Okay, meat. Yeah, pro meat. Go on.
Let's talk about meat.
I got to
Let's talk about meat. This is a big
You're
thing.
talking to the finalist and runner-up to the Manitoba Backyard Barbecue Competition.
Yes, indeed. Runner-up. You should have been the winner. You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there. I like the candy bacon burger. Mm-hmm. I like the candy bacon additive. I was not impressed with the pork and it's not the cook's fault. It's not I don't like 100% pork.
Yeah.
You need a mixture.
Yeah, I'm revising my entry for next year. But meat.
Back to meat. Yes.
I think that the average person needs to cut down their meat because honestly, Mike, I think where the answer, where my gut is, and the pun no intended, is close to this line right here. I think that people need to eat more vegetables and less meat, but I think eating meat's fine. And at the end of the day, I keep talking about the fact that these people that are eating this plant-based diet aren't living to 150. Guess what? They're all dying between 85 and 95, just like we are. So they die and we die,
happy.
And we're both in a fucking nursing home. And I turn over to Doug.
Yes.
And Doug is dying beside me, and we're both gonna fucking kiss it that night. We're both 95 years old. And one of Doug's biggest regrets is he didn't eat my barbecued ribs. Because there is an endorphin release when you eat that. Now, can you eat my barbecued ribs every fucking day? No. You might as well go book a plot and bury yourself when you're 70. But there is no reason why you can't partake in moderation. And I think there's some things that you can eat. There are benefits to eating meat. Of course, there's the protein and all that. Of course, the physical enjoyment, which for me is a huge thing. But even taking that out, for someone like myself, we talked a little about this earlier, I need a lot of protein only because of the fact that my body discharges a whole bunch of it without me even processing
it.
It's
not efficient.
On a bad day, it's 70%. On a good day, it's 20% of what I eat just flies through me.
I think we should get back to that because that's a final argument, basically, is the overall, which it ties into, right?
Well, I think you hit upon the fact that it's different for everybody. I think there's some tubbies out there that are, rolling in at about 325 pounds. And should they be eating fatty meats? No. Would they benefit from 3 years on a plant-based diet? Yes. But then I think you can switch it for the enjoyment factor.
Yes.
Back to a 70-30, 60-40 type ratio.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The guy who's living on the plant-based diet, once you get yourself to a regular blood consistency, cholesterol, weight, I don't see the point of holding... It'd be different if, guess what? These guys get to live an extra 60 years. They don't.
So I'm going to tell you right now what I know, what I feel is that that's not sexy.
Well, no,
that's not a sexy message.
Doesn't sell shit.
But it doesn't sell shit.
But you know what?
So
on my side, being an intellectual, I like to think I am sometimes, you have nothing to sell me to vegetarian. So I get to not eat meat and still die the same day. And then what Wendy said, but it's quality of life. Fuck, I'm living life.
Yeah, you're enjoying life.
Yeah, I'm 42
I'm going to tell you
old.
right now, my dog is enjoying life.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you this. She's in a rough time. She's a 12-year-old. She's at the end of her life. And you know what? You know what makes her happy? Eating human food.
Yes.
Eating shitty shit shouldn't eat.
Well, she's on...
And you know what?
She's on the fucking, she's on the gravy train, the Rainbow Bridge at this point.
But I've given... You know what I know?
I love Zoe.
You know what I know?
My sister-in-law right there. They just officially adopted a dog today. Yeah, where's her picture here? Karine. Shout out to Karine Moreau. And Luke.
Yeah, I like that one.
Luke with anyways, if I go to her profile here.
You're getting in the club. I like
yes.
We're gonna... Oh, God.
Look at,
I
right
like
there.
club.
So, here's the deal. They decide they're going to foster this dog. Cosmo. That's what they named it. And the point being is that this guy, you see the picture here of my brother-in-law, Luke, love him to death. Never talk bad about you, Luke, but Luke is very sensitive.
Oh, Jesus, he's done.
And it interrupts the regular routine of your life. So they get this puppy.
Wait, hold on. He plays in the band. What do you mean
he's in a band. He works with pigs, but he's still very set in his ways.
You're a band member. How the fuck can you be set? Okay.
I love the structure he has his life. I'm a little bit jealous of it, but the thing is that this dog came in, it shit on the carpet, it's peeing.
Yep.
And
was doing what a dog does.
Yeah, and then like in the quote of one of their daughters, it's tearing his family apart. But it's only because it was change. But now they decided, because they were just fostering for a couple weeks, so you can always get the dog back. Today, they decided, you know what? On top of it all, we're keeping the dog. So God bless them. Can't wait to meet Cosmo. I told Wendy not that I had the opportunity, but I wasn't going to meet the dog until they decided to keep it, because I wasn't going to give my heart to a fucking dog and they're going to give it back. No, that's bullshit. That's like meeting somebody's foster kid. Oh, you're going to take your kid away. Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty harsh, but no, I don't want to say goodbye to your dog and then your fucking
Nobody
dog.
does.
Nobody
does.
Nobody does. So, anyways, they're keeping this dog. And why are we talking about dogs?
Well, we all love dogs, but okay, let's get back to
your dog.
Let's get back.
Food,
no, let's
living
get back
life on its end, right?
Son of a bitch! I want to get back to this chart of let's evaluate this.
Sorry, so that's what happens.
You son of a bitch. Okay, so then this is what I wanted to tell you because I've done a research on this.
Yep.
Meat. Basically,
I'm going for a piss. Keep talking. I'm listening.
The movie is saying it's as bad again as smoking tobacco and eating asbestos.
What?
Now,
You've gone off the deep end.
This is what the movie claims.
No, I think that's a mic control.
This is what the health claims is that eating meat is the same as smoking or consuming asbestos. Now, asbestos, if you're not,
asbestos kills everybody.
Yeah, if you're not, the sad thing is that let's go on a little side thing here.
This whole fucking podcast is a side thing.
Asbestos has been proven by the World Health Organization many a times that
you're dead.
You're done. You're dead. There is a real link between that and cancer.
Yeah.
And yet Canada continues to produce the mines that sell this shit to not us because we said it's not healthy, but to the rest of the world. So it's rather funny that being Canadian, that we're all right with ourselves not eating it, but or consuming or breathing or.
Well, you know what Canada's saying to the rest of the world?
Fuck you.
No.
Finish him.
You owe us.
Finish him.
Finish him. That's right. Finish him. That's what Canada's saying to the rest of the world. Because if we can make profits and not fuck our people, ding, ding, ding. Yeah, it's on. That's right. But to make the equivalent, because you got to remember, people have been eating meat for thousands of years.
Yes. Not just meat, though.
No.
Both.
But again, you just said it, Mike. Not just meat. Just because I look at this fucking documentary and frown doesn't mean I say go the other direction. This leads into something else I want to talk about today, which, I mean, the clock is hour and a half already. We're already at a fucking hour and a half. But so we have to take some topics to next week.
Shit. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let's kind of.
But to your point, is that what did you just say?
Meat. Yes.
Meat. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a few more stats.
Oh, extremes.
Before you make up your mind.
No, I'm not talking about extremes. My mind is made up that you should eat some meat, not just meat.
Yes, which the movie is saying no meat.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you some stats that I was able to.
Hit with your knowledge.
So per worldwide,
yeah,
there are 34,000 cancer deaths per year.
No fucking beer.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Due to meat.
Yeah.
There are 600,000 alcohol-related deaths.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
There are 200,000 air pollution.
Yeah.
So numbers alone say that meat is not the problem.
No, it's not the problem.
So
now, if people overindulge, can it contribute to the problem? Yes, but it's not the problem.
I will tell you this: meat has been classified as a cancer. Same. And this is by the FDA.
Yes, but their studies are if you give a rat just meat, they die.
That statement alone says that they agree with them, but yet my own experience and these numbers of other problems say that meat actually is not really the problem to be concerned with. I will not give
2 votes for me.
2 votes. 0 Kip.
Yeah, Kip.
You're not winning.
No.
Okay, so let's get on to the next topic here. Sugar.
I have different feelings with sugar.
He says that sugar is not an issue. The numbers against him say that actually sugar is linked to diabetes. Very well-known fact.
Oh,
so
I don't know. Even my problem with sugar, personally, because I can only eventually we all only live our own lives, right? I can't live your life, thank God. You can't live mine, thank God. But
what are you worried about?
My problem with sugar is that it's addictive. And I think there was a period of time where I had a sugar addiction.
I still do.
Yeah.
I love sugar.
And I notice the addiction part when I decide to withhold from myself. And the feelings I get are what I assume are what, fucking heroin junkies get like. I mean, Wendy's made fun of me. My previous wife, Nancy, made fun of me. But yeah, it's true. I think that I've been slowly weaning myself off the last 3 or 4 months.
You fool.
No, I'll still partake.
You know what I
sugar
remember?
And fucking everything.
Here's a classic example of what I remember.
Okay, I'm drinking extra spicy seasoning.
Oh, you switched from beer to a
vodka.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm
going to continue to drink this shit. I'm winning. Well, I had the 2 half pints. I put that one back because I saw this in the back of my fridge, so I thought I'd kill it.
I want to go back to the days of when we first made our first trip to Cuba back in, what was that, 1999? Fuck, was that?
I don't know when we went.
Ago?
It's so funny because we got married in
2005. 2005, I think.
It's just after our wedding. Yeah, 3, 4, 5.
It's where our icon fucking the icon of this show comes from.
The original icon.
The original icon. Yes.
Thank you. Shout out to Fiverr, who's produced some amazing artwork on our behalf.
But it's got to be around 2000, right?
No, I'm going to say 2003 to 2005.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we went to Cuba there,
yep.
And we met a bunch of people there that we did consider friends back then.
And then we lost track, although fucking what's his name? Lolo. He made it down back to Florida.
Maciel.
Lolo's in Florida. How the fuck did a Cuban immigrant get back into the U.S. without a marriage?
Yeah. Have you seen the guy? He looks like a fucking weight builder at one
jacked.
point. Yeah.
The guy is jacked. Yeah, I imagine. I wonder if he's there.
You know what the thing is? Back in the day,
what if he's an illegal?
Talk, right? It probably is.
He got to Canada legally, but
who is it? Maciel, Lolo, and Lynn.
Lynn's pregnant. Had just had a baby, and she's in Toronto. Lynn, I don't know where she is. I lost track of her.
So these, I wish I could paint you a picture. So they have different chocolate down there. It's unrefined. It's like baker's chocolate. Not really that sweet. Not really that tasty.
Good. Yeah.
And we brought these chocolate bars, full size Kit Kats.
And we brought peanut butter down.
Coffee crisp.
Like peanut butter is like 40% sugar. Let's be honest.
Coconut bars. All the shit that we eat, right? All the stuff we love.
Yeah.
And so we're hammered, and we're like, here, and they're not a lot. So,
I know I made them a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Yeah, we do this in back in the day. This was illegal for them to accept any kind of, like, not illegal, but it was frowned upon, and down there, frowned upon means you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So we gave them these chocolate bars, and the look in their eyeballs. Their pupils dilated 100%.
Oh my god! It was like watching someone take heroin.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then what was even funnier was we started pulling out other chocolate bars, and they were fighting each other over the chocolate bars.
They hit the monkey hard,
and not to the point like a reasonable I will bite you if you touch my fucking Kit Kat. So
that was crazy back then.
I understand from that point that sugar's addictive in refined form.
No, I completely agree. I don't like the hold it's had on me. Not that I was doing things for sugar. Not in terms of Bob Saget, I wasn't sucking dick for sugar. It was but it was the fact that I would go out of my way to fucking buy it or stop somewhere and I gotta have something in the house. And I stopped. I'm like, fuck it. I like to think that I'm smarter than everybody else. Because everybody does. Everybody has that, Oedipus complex, where they're like, everybody thinks that they're special. Harry, I'm 42 years old finding out, guess what? You're just part of a cog in a wheel, you're not special. But I do know where I know where weaknesses are, and a lot of it's physical. I don't have the muscles of a lot of people have. I spent 15 years on my back. I don't, but mental fortitude, I think, has taught me a lot. And I'm just like, fuck it. I know better. And I'm good until something derails me. And it usually lasts about 3 months. And right now I'm on month 2 of my health kick. So I want to see what happens in another month to fucking derail me. And then it's fucking, I'll have a bad week. And then it's like suddenly 6 months later, I've gained 10 pounds back. So we'll see. But I'm at the point now where, there's no pie in the house. There's no cookies in the house. I couldn't actually offer you any type of dessert right now. And I couldn't of the last 2 months. And I get good and then something derails me. So we'll see what happens. But
that doesn't sound very good to me, but
well,
that's my own.
Dude, I'm not eating, there's not a bunch of carrots in the fucking cupboard either. But just because of the fact that I think sugar got its claws in me. Just refined sugar.
So here's the one thing that I do agree with the movie about sugar is that the movie, it says stuff about the sugar consumption was manipulated by the agents who financially support them, which are various organizations, right? And we know they're all manipulated by funding, right? It's just the way the world works.
Everything in our country.
At least in the capitalist society, right? That's just the way it works. So, I mean, I do believe that. Is there any proof? There never will really be, I don't think, in my mind, real proof. But
here
we come into the conspiracy theories.
Well,
right?
it's so funny you say that word. You know what? I don't think. Here's where we'll go off.
Here, before you continue.
There's a song. I gotta get to Steve Shorty's birthday party tonight.
I don't want to hear because I know I'm a conspiracy theorist. Before you say anything, I'm going to say that it has been suggested, not proven, that there are
aliens
manipulation of organizations based on financial donations. Of course, nobody can prove it because they have double books, and we'll get into that later on. But what is your? Do you agree with the movie on sugar, or do you agree?
I don't know if I agree with the movie on sugar, but I agree that people should severely limit their intake of refined sugar because I think what it does to your mind. I personally, and I'll give you, at the end of the day, you only have your personal experiences to go on, and I agree.
Kip says sugar is bad. It's not bad in any way.
Oh,
everybody else is saying it's bad.
Okay, no, well, I think sugar's bad.
Sugar is bad?
Yeah, whatever Colin puts in, I think sugar's bad.
I don't think sugar's bad. I'm going for Kip.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
That's the first point for Kip. So now, what is that? 1, 2, 3. We've done 3. It's not looking good for Kip, but things can change, right? The next thing he mentions is milk.
Yeah. I have a funny thought about milk, because I think milk is truly... I believe the stats. I think that milk does negatively affect a high percentage of people, but I think... Oh, hold on. Oh, we have another caller on the... Hey, just so you know, you're live on the podcast here, Musing on Boozing. Who are we speaking to here?
Hey, it's Eli.
Eli fucking Johansson. That's right. Eli, live on... You gotta see our setup, man. You are being broadcast live right now across the world to our dozens of listeners. Of which you are one of them.
I think you're blowing wind up my skirt here.
You just wait till you download the episode come Sunday, buddy. You will be all over this bitch like a fat kid on a Smartie.
How was the episode?
We're still on it. We are 1 hour and 34 minutes in, and we've hit some hot topics. What? Let me tell you.
We're in the middle of
this is happening. You are on the episode. How was the episode? You are the episode.
Well, I cannot
Can
wait.
you give us his opinions?
I cannot wait to hear the episode.
What's going down here?
Yeah, it's a good one. Actually, you are. And I'm sorry to say, you're not even our first caller today. Wendy called in, and because we have we got a mixer board here, so we had the calls are being piped right into the recorder. So you will be launched on Sunday with the rest of the world. So you are caller number 2. Into our fantabulous operation. We are on beers number 9 and 10, but you were on call.
Eli, tell me, have you seen the movie What the Health?
You gotta watch it, man.
No.
Jesus, you know what?
You're tying this into episode 1?
Yeah, we have callbacks. Episode 1, man. This is
you know what I need? We're looking for opinions to give people, right?
Eli, well, you have to watch before next week when you're on our episode. You have to watch that.
Yeah, we need you to watch. Because
we're going to be talking about this all. We're going to change the name to What the Hell.
This is like a What the Hell.
I want to put a nail. You know what? I like meat.
Well, Eli, for the first hour we talked about weed, so I'm not going to lie. It took us a long time to get to What the Hell.
Well, I can appreciate that.
Then you know what? You come visit us next time. We have some very good news for you because you'll have to listen though.
If you watch, we will and do your stuff. We will add your opinion to our research results, and we will tell the world what.
Mr. Johansson, we'll talk more about your next episode. Yeah. Where are you right now? You are where? You're up in
I'm live from the Silver Heights Restaurant and Bar on Portage Avenue.
Oh my God, that's like a few hundred feet away from us.
We are grabbing the Edmonton head door.
I have my bike.
How come you're drinking here?
Eli, I rode my bike. I can ride to you.
That was a shout out. I get paid for that.
Shout out to Silver Heights Restaurant in Portage Prairie. Actually, my father-in-law, Len Westwood, his favorite hangout, he might actually be there right now. I'm not sure.
Well, the Silver Heights Restaurant has 72 flavors of wings for anyone.
We've had about 12 flavors of beer tonight. So,
yeah. Do they have what's that delivery service?
Skip the Dishes.
Skip the Dishes.
I think they're on there too.
Skip the Dishes.
Yeah. If we call them right now, maybe they'll deliver Eli. I didn't get his fucking ass here. Fucker said he was going to be in Gimli, and here he is, just like 4 blocks away. Couldn't be on the podcast.
Like he's right across the river, which is a 2-minute drive, but a 100-minute bike ride.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.
Well, we definitely look forward to it because you are the Renaissance man in our group, and you have done some things and lived some life and started in a different place and have some experience that we would love to talk to you about because both of our listeners are very excited to hear about you.
My family has booked a trip to China next month, so
we got to talk to you. We got to talk to you before and after.
We have got to talk to you.
We have to send you with some exploratory missions.
Yes.
And then you got to come back and you got to report back on what is going on over there in the Orient, and hopefully you don't get blown up by North Korea.
Before you go, though, could you possibly, I mean, I've seen a few episodes of the security border, but is there any way you could, like, smuggle some shit in,
like one contraband?
Probably not.
Well,
so,
okay, you do what you do there.
But we can talk. Schedule
we will talk.
Make
some magic happen. Come on.
Well, Eli, thanks so much for calling in. We appreciate it. And, of course, the door is always open here at Musing While Boozing, and you are very, very high on our list. And we would love to have you to be our inaugural interview.
Yes, inaugural.
Here. So
okay, well, count me in.
We will hook it up. We will hook it up, and then we can talk about everything from your history to your incredible play that I know absolutely nothing fucking about. To you can pimp out your work a little bit, anything you want. We will hit all the topics. Go back to University College, talk about where this group started almost 20 years ago.
That's where I want to go.
That's where we want to go. We can talk about Chris Harris and fucking our black kid, whatever the hell his fucking name was. You know what? We can even get Jamie here. He can sit quiet in the corner and just stare at us.
Oh man, okay, I'm out.
Okay, howdy boy. Thanks for calling in. Love you, man. Talk to you later.
I'm here next one. Thanks.
Okay, take care. Love you. Bye. That was Eli. Eli Johansson. He was, I can't even begin to talk to you about the interesting life this guy has led.
Where's that?
In terms of where he's been. What he's done, and God bless him. The guy's everything I want to be. Chicks want to be with guys want to be Eli.
No, what is that commercial with the beer there? That is him.
The most interesting man in the world.
The most interesting man in the world.
Well, Eli is definitely top 5 most interesting guys that I have ever had the opportunity to meet in my life. And I can't wait to have him on here and discuss some of the countless, incredible, ridiculous things that we have lived together starting in the year 1993. 1993, 7th floor, University College, University of Manitoba. Mike's going to go procure us some more beverages. There's lots more downstairs, man. Just head downstairs. That fridge.
Let me just make sure.
I think there's only Red Bulls upstairs. You got
a Golden Boy here.
Oh, there's one, but I think we need another beer. No, there was another. There's a Golden Boy, and there was another little scrapper up there. Wasn't there?
Oh yeah, these are good, man.
Cool. Okay, yeah, crack those open.
Okay, so what? Where are we here at?
We're now
on number 4.
Oh yeah, your chart of death.
Let's finish this up here.
Hour and 40 minutes.
Eli.
I gotta get to a party.
No, okay, well, I go as fast as I can go, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, milk.
That's more part, yeah. We talked about milk. Oh, no, I talked about milk.
I'm going to give you a quick overview.
Give me your thoughts. Not the overview. What's your thoughts on milk?
Well, I can't tell you my opinion before unless I got to tell you what I found.
No. Don't tell the government's opinion of you. What's your opinion?
Milk is bad.
Milk is bad. Interesting.
But...
I gotta say, milk's good.
Okay, so I'll tell you. Milk linked to cancer.
I don't know.
Links have been proven by FDA, which the movie says, and my research suggests. Yet they also say moderation benefits you with the additional protein and calcium. So. I'm torn because I see both sides. I'm a believer in moderation, and I don't care that they say that in the movie...
this line right here means everything. I agree. I agree with you. I think that, knock on wood, I'm one of the lucky people that is not negatively affected by milk. And I know when my guts go bad for Crohn's, it's affecting my life negatively. If I just switch to milk and switch to protein powder... and get milk protein powder to make smoothies, my life gets better. So all I have to prove is my life gets better. I gain weight, my shits become regular, I can put on some muscle. Without milk, from 1990, I'd probably be dead. Or if not dead, I'd be in the hospital. I'd still be like I was for 6 years. So I don't know. I don't know because milk was the carrier that I was able to add fruit, yogurt, and protein powder to make smoothies. And there was a time in my life from 1999, later, after I was starting to rebound, to 2004, where I was having 2 smoothies a day, every day, 7 days a week. And I was able to put on some weight and actually gain some fucking muscles back. So I only have my experience to rely on. Now, I know,
So
Gracie...
you're pro milk, you're not
My
pro
stepdaughter, though, can't drink milk. She gets incredible cramp. And Wendy, my wife, fuck, both of them, can't drink milk.
So do they drink almond milk?
I think that if you can tolerate milk, it's the right thing for you.
But they're saying that your body was never meant to tolerate milk.
But some people, mine was.
They talk in the movie. They talk about.
I disagree with that because that's a blanket statement.
Yeah.
Because if your body wasn't meant to
We'll
tolerate
get to
milk,
this. We'll get to those.
I couldn't drink it according to Kip, but I can. And I have the years long proof. There was about a 5-year span where all I was living on was yogurt, a milk based product, milk, protein powder, fruits, and vegetables.
So you're definitely against Kip.
I'm pro milk, so he was anti milk. Yes, I'm against Kip. Yeah,
but we have to make a decision here.
With the caveat.
Yeah, you can't make no caveat.
Well, no.
But I get what you're saying.
Personally, I'm against Kip, but Gracie's pro Kip. Because here's where you said in the beginning of this that it's different by people.
We'll get to that argument.
Yeah, I don't know. I think.
So you are definitely against Kip on milk.
Yes.
I am too because I ate cereal every day for my life.
And you didn't have the shits every day. I saw you. I was in school with you.
The cereal never gave me anything.
No, but the milk with the cereal didn't make you run to the bathroom, right?
No.
So, personally, I mean, you only live your life. What's next?
All right, so the next one. The associations.
Shit. Hope we're losing people here. This doesn't sound good. Associations. Let's make this quick.
Oh, yeah, we'll make this quick. We won't talk a lot about it.
I don't even know associations.
The American food system here says...
I think they're doing what they're trying to do that's right. I don't think there's a conspiracy. I think the
movie says they're making
Yes, I'm anti-conspiracy. At the end of the day, there's guys like you and me who have a paid job that just go there, that don't get any overbearing government, instruction. They're trying to do what's right. Someone has made the decision with the most mitigation against lawsuits and said, this is what we can put out there that's safe. I think that what they're trying to do is to help people. Is it always the right information? Maybe not. But I don't think there's someone misguiding it on purpose. I think it's the lowest common denominator, the least legal risk.
So you are, again, not for Kip.
I'm not Kip. I think his calls to someone making $7 an hour in the U.S. from the Cancer Association and asking, why is this on your website? I think is bullshit. Because that guy can't dictate policy.
I believe that the approach that he made was incorrect, but I also believe that I'm for Kip. I believe that there is a conspiracy. I believe that
you're hitting on another topic I want to talk about after this, so that's fine.
So I'm giving one. I'm not going to continue. I want to give one. I want to do this.
What's the last one?
I just want to go back to the conspiracy thing that Kraft, Donovan, Oscar Mayer,
companies,
they all sponsor.
Yeah, out of guilt, they give money. Yeah, as they should.
I get it, but
they have the money. Where are they supposed to get money from?
I get it, man.
You and I only donate $2 a day. These guys get a check for $500,000.
But you must, to me, I must accept that they have an influence on that organization, regardless of how they say they're transparent or I want to do the best thing.
I think you're right. I think they have an influence.
How would they?
But an influence isn't writing policy. I think that you're right. I think they write an influence.
Policy is not the same as doing.
I admit
policy are rules that sometimes aren't followed.
I think they move the needle by their donations, but at the end of the day, I think that the organizations still make their own decisions.
I'm writing down one for Kip on my side. Okay, sorry, he wins that one.
I'll go with the other side just to make it interesting.
So now, with all this bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of bullshit.
A lot of bullshit.
A lot of bullshit.
Mercy.
Cheers, but we haven't had cheers. Cheers, got here.
Lot of mercy.
Lord of mercy.
Back to half baked.
Yes, Lord of mercy.
Cuban.
I don't want to be the first nigga to die by a crossbow.
Yeah, Cuban bee.
Cuban bee.
Your overall opinion, is it Kip or is it non-Kip?
I think my side falls with with the Wikipedia
Non-Kip.
consensus, non-Kip. He handpicked some studies.
Yes.
He made some very dramatic effects on video that were ridiculous in terms of calling associations, talking to an underpaid. Yes, exactly. I can't. Now, I don't disagree with everything he said. I disagree with the message. So my overall summary after watching that video, incorporating it into my life, is, because again, you live your life. So
Yes.
Karl Kopp, what should you do? I should eat more vegetables. I should cut out some sugar. I should cut out some fats if possible with red meat. And that I should look at, but really, I should get more nutrients from a plant-based diet. But more is not the word all. And it doesn't have to be majority. I just need to get more. Because nothing he said convinced me to switch totally, because at the end of the day, that fucker's dying the same day I am.
Okay, so
I just did a tally.
I know what your opinion is, and I, unfortunately, as much as I believe in conspiracy theories, and
I can't get on the Kip train.
I love conspiracy.
Yeah.
I love what he says, but unfortunately, what I've seen is that the research is exactly what they say it is. He's inflated.
He's selling a documentary.
Yes.
He is doing exactly what people he was blaming the companies do.
I've read enough that says that moderation also is not the correct thing, which we all believe is. But the thing is that every diet is individual.
Every individual,
because there's factors. So
I think if you try to eat something and your body rejects, guess what? Don't eat it. Whatever it is, whether it's meat or vegetables, I can't eat beans.
Whether you're addicted or not.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, just your body will tell you.
Here's the problem. People don't realize individually what their problem is, and they assume because it's easier.
Yeah, so here I agree with you. Some
don't
people
eat bacon.
Eat whatever they want,
Don't
and then they
eat-
go see a doctor and say, well, my body's screaming at me, give me a pill. Guess what? Whatever you ate that made your body scream at you, whether it was a vegetable, a mineral, a pill, too much booze, not enough booze, don't do it.
Not. So, my results here are our research indicates that
highly scientific research here at Musing While Boozing.
What the Health is primarily full of bullshit.
Yes, so we promise you this will be the last episode mainly focused on what the hell.
We had a 10 to 3
votes.
vote, and that basically Kip, I'm sorry, you got to do a better job to convince me that...
I think he did his job. He sold his documentary to Netflix. He made his couple $100,000. Now he's probably eating a big fucking steak in his house. So God bless you, Kip. You've gone a different direction.
Thank you, Kip, and
we appreciate your topic.
Yes. That one is closed.
Yes, closed. Done. What the hell?
Over.
Done. Sorry, folks.
There's our serious note for the episode.
Well, and on that point, though, so you and I just had, by what many definitions would be, a debate. Back in the day, even before our time, this is mainly before our time, that there used to be debate clubs in school. There used to be all sorts of shit where people could stand up and voice a dissenting opinion.
Oh, you're going to get in some touchy here. I feel
I'm
it.
not even touchy.
I feel it.
I was driving around today and it hit me. I was listening to somebody else. It's the fact is that it used to be okay to be able to sit down and discuss ideals, have different opinions, and walk away from the table going, you know what? You said X, I said Y, we
don't
disagree.
like each other.
No. We do like each other. We respect each other's opinion, and we move on.
You're not allowed to do that anymore.
Well, that's my point. Is that, do they even have debate club in the school anymore? I don't think they do. And honestly, they really didn't. We didn't have when we were in school either. But the fact is that now with the whole, I don't know if you want to call it heavily left-leaning, if it's liberal, if it's the politically correctness.
I believe it.
Uh-oh. Rocky's getting pumped up here. Mike's standing here, he's jogging in spot, he's getting jacked up. But it's sort of, and I don't even know where this thought's going, so I gotta be honest, and people buckle up, but What I'm talking
Did
about...
you say buckle up or pucker up? Because
Buckle up.
I'm pretty sure they're puckering
No,
up.
they are buckle up for the two people that are listening to this.
Come on, man. I know. You know what I've seen? And I've seen this.
Uh-oh.
People are scared to voice.
Oh, we got another caller. Hold on. Hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
Hello. Yes, hello. Welcome to Musing While Boozing. How's it going?
Are you still musing?
We are still musing and still boozing.
Where did I put my bag?
Yeah.
Karl, cop, you're supposed to be at...
No, the streakers are showing up at 10:30. I can walk there in 25 minutes. We're wrapping up here very shortly.
Yeah, put a pause.
It's 10:03 here right now. We have a timeline. Nice makeup, by the way. Guess who just called into our show that was a live guest?
Okay, hold on. Are you still on the show?
Yes, we're still on the show. This is all live. People are listening to you right now.
Oh.
Eli just called.
Karl. Oh, really?
Yes. Hey, we talked about his upcoming appearance on our show, and let me tell you, Eli is jacked. Oh, here, I'll move the camera so you can see me.
I bet he is.
Hi. Yeah. So
Well, I discussed your show with Dawn, and she's like super excited.
Well, we will have both you guys on if you want. That is totally fine.
Okay.
It'll be good. Okay. Well, thanks for checking it again from Toronto. But yeah, we are wrapping things up here shortly, and I am heading down to. We've had many shows on the show to Steve's 40th birthday party, and we will be heading right there. So Mike drove his bike here, so we're gonna head down there.
Excellent. Wish him happy birthday for me.
We will wish happy birthday again, folks. That is a shout out to Steve Shorey. Happy birthday! The fucker's turning 40, and we're heading down there tonight too. I'm gonna buy him some shots. So.
Hey.
Okay.
Double it up.
Love you. Talk to you later.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Again, that was the beautiful wife, Wendy Warner, vision therapist, who has a doctor, Dawn Dunford, who is well known in the realms of optometry and vision therapy. And I knew nothing about vision therapy until I married Wendy. And what it is it's physical therapy for your eyes. Best comparison I have is the fact that it is something that got Sidney Crosby, the famous hockey player, back on the ice after his concussions, was vision therapy. So Wendy and Dawn both want to be on our podcast, and Mike and I will happily have them on here. So
I'd like to reach a point now where I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling fucking great. I gotta walk to the bar very shortly here. We gotta
wrap this up.
Episode 2 broke our record here, 1 hour and 55 minutes. So, I
didn't even get to talk about what I wanted to talk about.
I told you, we have, we thought we'd have run out of topics. And let me tell you, I have a list here, and I hit the first 2 lines. Didn't talk about Jeff Trubiak going crazy on fucking online.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to sex. Which I honestly drove me around all today.
Talking about sex.
I had a whole fucking hour about sex. So, folks, do it. Really hope this wasn't too dry for people. Really hope you enjoyed tuning in. Hope you enjoy the improvement in quality due to the equipment upgrade that we had today.
That's the last we'll talk about what's the health, but
we're moving on. But you know what? We are thoroughly enjoying these hangouts. Thoroughly enjoying the beer. I can't wait to see what Mike brings next week. And we will ensure that we keep pumping out new episodes for people to plug in, hit play on your phone. Again, please, if you have friends that would be at all interested in hanging out with us, send them to iTunes, Musing at Boozing, send them to Stitcher, Musing at Boozing. If you go to Google, play Musing at Boozing.
You know what I would also like? If you could... one more time. What's the health? I would like to know... I would like to know, Health Canada, if anybody can find out who the donors are, the sponsors, because it is extremely difficult to find.
So Mike's saying we're not done with What's the Health.
I would like you to send in any comments, any research, anything you found that... says that what Health Canada is responsible for.
Or Health USA, because we do have a few listeners that have downloaded this beautiful podcast down in the beautiful United States of America. And we want to hear from you too. because we are an international organization.
Yes,
here at
we like
Musing
to
and Boozing.
hear every comment.
That's right. We have no shame. You know what, folks? It looks like we're wrapping it up. So thank you so much. 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 59, 60 seconds of our time given to you, and we can't wait to hear the feedback. We'd love to hear topics you'd love us to talk about, whether it be movies, popular culture. Gonna do. Everybody hang in there. Thanks a lot. Tune in next week for Musing and Boozing. Drops every Sunday. We love you. Stay black, folks. Bye-bye.
This has been an MKCast production.
Musing while boozing.